Hi everyone, I'm Shao. I began my career in journalism covering Asia's tech and business scene back in 2015. My first real exposure to what we call AI now came in 2019 when I reported on deepfake technology.
This is an example of deepfake, a word that combines the terms deep learning and fake. It's an advanced form of artificial intelligence, which can be used to manipulate faces and voices, making the process of creating fake identities and spreading false information much easier.
And it's incredible how far the field has evolved since then. Today, I'm an analyst focused on the business of tech and AI with a particular lens in China.
Today, and we're joined by a great guest. Hong Kong-based writer and analyst Grace Shao is here. She's the author of AI Pro-M on Substack and is here to share with us everything that's going on in China and all the context that's been missing from the headline. So Grace, great to see you. Welcome to the show.
Thank you so much for having me, Alex. Great to meet everyone here online.
China's approach is very pragmatic. People have been saying, DeepSeek did out of necessity. There's obviously a GPU constraint, a hardware constraint in China, and that's not the thing they're hiding in many ways. The engineering genius and the engineering kind of innovation is really what set DeepSeek apart. So when the technology shifted so quickly, everyone actually started picking up relatively affordable smartphones. Adoption of digital payment was extremely fast in China because everyone just basically went from no internet to a smartphone. And that was really, really transformative.
My work has been published in Fortune, The Diplomat, South China Morning Post, and many others, following my time as a reporter at CNBC in Singapore. I've also advised various big tech firms and AI startups over the years. I now write AI Pro, a widely read newspaper on Substack, which has been cited by Time, Fortune, and BBC, just to name a few. Today I'm sharing highlights from the first season of my podcast, Differentiated Understanding.
Welcome to Differentiated Understanding,
where I speak with leading voices across policy, academia, business, investing, and journalism to unpack the fast-moving AI and tech landscape.
This is your host, Grace Shao, and welcome to Differentiated Understanding.
Do you think that the Chinese LLM space doesn't need some consolidation? It's just not sustainable. We need the level of compute that is needed, and coupled with the chip shortage China finds itself in, it's just not.
Of course, there is restructuring and has always been, but will AI transform that in a sort of doomsday scenario? Don't think it will.
And an educational apparatus. So to your point, there's a lot of talent, and it's not just skilled labor where they produce things like the copper wiring or the servers or even the chips that go into these products, but it's also high-end talent that can design the products as well, right? Who can figure out which configurations are best used, whether it's at a factory in Dongguan or it's at a government office in Beijing.
Like, at least my experience of the Chinese technologists I talked to seemed quite practical and actually not very ideological about what they were doing. It seemed like most people's main goal was I want to build a really good, really successful piece of technology and build a successful business and make a lot of money. And relative to the AI founders and AI researchers who I meet in Silicon Valley, there's actually a lot less big mission talk. Because in Silicon
US was leading by far in terms of high quality foundational research accredited and recognized by triple blind reviewed articles, 20 years ago. Fast forward 20 years, I believe, I can say with some confidence at the very least when it comes to nature, there's at least as many articles, where Chinese scientists are either the leading or corresponding authors as there are American articles.
A lot of these new technologies, these kind of I wouldn't call something like that sci-fi, but it's fairly advanced. What you're seeing is that China's not just capable of making this, but it's actually also one of the largest markets. And that is a virtuous loop, right? Where if you are the market and you are the technology provider, then you just keep on getting better and better and better. And that's exactly what we saw with EVs. And that's something I don't think was happening outside of the very, very narrow confines of consumer internet 10, 15 years ago.
The transformative effect is that it will be a productivity multiplier, right? It will enable everyone and companies from big to small to be vastly more productive and vastly more valuable and really help China earn enough and become wealthy enough, maybe right before, ages too much.